For decades now, India's maximum city has seen minimum investment. Mumbai contributes between 6 and 7% to India's GDP. It accounts for close to 40% of direct taxes and a very large chunk of indirect taxes. But this neglect is changing very rapidly. In the last 60 years of independence, the centre and the state government spent 33,000 crore on Mumbai's infrastructure. Over the next 5 years, the centre and the state are going to spend 3 lakh crore on Mumbai. That's the scale of the transformation we're talking about. Now, the Atal Setu, as the Mumbai Trans Harbour Link is now called, links the island city of Mumbai with the mainland. It's one of India's most historic and significant infrastructure projects, and it promises to transform Mumbai city. Now, joining me to discuss this transformation of Mumbai that the MTHL is going to bring about are senior journalist Sanjay Jog, my colleagues Kiran Tare from Mumbai and Swati Gadak from our studio here in Delhi. Big day, Sanjay, Kiran, Trans Harbour Link being inaugurated after decades. We were just talking about reports that go back to about 50 or 60 years that actually said this is the right thing to do. Sanjay, what took this project so long? Why did it take 50 years, half a century for this to be realized today? I mean, it took 5 years to build the bridge, but something like 50 years to decide to build it.
Absolutely. Sandeep, I was just glancing through a lot of reports in the legislature's library.
Yeah.
Couple of interesting findings. A, as usual, we always talk about administrative wranglings.
Yes.
B, there was a total lack of coordination among the various plethora of agencies.
Right.
Thirdly, lack of political will. I mean, if a government was in power and
Yes.
there's a sudden opposition,
Right.
there used to be tumai about that.
Yeah.
The fourth, very interestingly,
Right.
lack of coordination and active participation at the state and the
Yeah.
center level. And the
Right.
fifth, very interestingly, the
Yeah.
intervention of the financial agencies
Yes.
basically to chip in so that
Yeah.
the projects get going. I think
Right.
these are the couple of, the main leading causes which I could find
Yeah.
in those, library and the research which I could make it. But
Right.
interestingly, Sandeep, now let's talk about the present now. This has gone.
Yeah.
Very interesting, as you rightly hit the nail. In Mumbai and around, that is Mumbai metropolitan region, right now, about 3 lakh crore worth transport infrastructure projects are on.
Yes.
Of which one of the major is, as you rightly said, the Mumbai Trans Harbour Link,
Yeah.
or it is known as a Nhava Sheva Link or Atal Setu.
Yeah.
It's a 21.8 kilometers of this thing ceiling, of which more than 16 point is basically a ceiling and 5.5 is basically related to road.
Yeah.
Quite interestingly, about 70,000 vehicles are going to fly every day
Right.
on this road. It's a link. It's a big thing.
Yeah.
Just to tell you that, as you have worked in South Mumbai,
Yeah.
that used to be the bustling town
Yes.
when you used to work in 90s.
Right.
Now it has become so much of a kind of an isolated world here, as a lot of people have shifted to basically Worli,
BKC
Lower
and of
Parel,
course towards the
absolutely
center of.
BKC, but take the advantage of this. Now, as this couple of projects, the coastal road is happening,
Yeah.
metro is happening, apart from the real estate
Yeah.
makeover is happening, then there has been the controversy which is happening about the redevelopment of Mahalakshmi Racecourse.
Right.
All this put together,
Yes.
with this link,
Yeah.
it will be a great kind of a link that will not only help
Yeah.
South Mumbaikars to travel in just flat 20-22 minutes
Yes.
to the other part of that basically Navi Mumbai,
Yes.
but this will also help to basically to and fro transportation of raw material.
Right.
The second is very finished good, because I
Right.
stay at Thane. Sandeep, right now, all these routes are routed through Thane. So
Right.
this is another headache,
Yes.
causing a traffic snarls and all.
Right.
So that's another advantage. Third, very interestingly, it is going to open up opportunities for logistics parks, data
Yes.
center, real estate development, and whatnot. I
Absolutely.
think this is going to be a game changer, not just for the South Mumbaikars,
Right.
but for the Navi Mumbai and the adjoining area. Just
Yeah.
one line I will add, and I will stop here. Sandeep, one of the reports, written by 2-3 basically the real estate agencies, what they claim is that, as there has been, we talk about, the real estate boom is there. There was a doom after post-corona.
Yeah.
But look at the size of the growth they are looking at post-MTHL
Right,
commissioning. just to tell you, some 600 acres of land
Yeah.
is being developed by Reliance.
Yes.
That we will give the affordable housing. Another 200 acres of land being developed by Adani's in the Navi Mumbai and around.
Right.
Look at the entire situation together.
Yes.
I think this is going to throw open multiple opportunities, not just for the commoners,
Right.
but for those who are working in various
Yes.
fields.
Right, absolutely, and it's a game changer in many ways, more than just one, as you suggested, Sanjay. But Swati, before I go to Kiran, and he's been tracking that project very closely. But Swati, what are your concerns about this project? Do you think that the high toll rates are going to be a bit of a downside to this project? The fact that people have to pay thousands of rupees every month for that.
Yeah, well, for four-wheelers, if you have your own private four-wheeler,
Yeah.
it is 625 rupees.
Right.
So cars can go. But when it is light commercial vehicles or heavy vehicles, the toll goes anywhere from 1,580 rupees
Right.
to 79,000 rupees. So the drawback over here is, if you're building infrastructure
Yeah.
and you're taking so much amount of money from
Right.
people, then that's not helpful, and nobody is going to be very encouraged to go. So all the traffic that
Yeah.
was blocked from Baikala to your Chembur to Dadar, Sion and Vashi,
They're going
Belapur,
to bypass the
it is going to-
MTHL. Kiran, do you think that's a problem? It's going to be an issue there, the high toll rates that are being charged? I mean, let's not forget, this is a 21-kilometer long bridge. I mean, and it costs a lot of money, 18,000 crores. So somebody has to pay for that. But do you think that's going to be a kind of a problem for motorists to use that, especially the heavy vehicle thing that Sanjay was mentioning, that who would want to take this to drive directly into the mainland?
The discussion is already started, Sandeep, here, regarding the toll.
Yes.
As far as the four-wheelers are concerned,
Right.
the normal common citizens, they
Yeah.
are going to pay just about 250 rupees from one side.
Right.
If the return is there, then 375 rupees per day,
Yes.
return travel. But when it comes to the commercial vehicles, like
Yeah.
the multi-axle buses or the trucks,
Right.
the toll is very high.
Right.
But if you consider the travel time, traveling from Shivdi to Alibag, which
Yeah.
takes normally 3 hours, you are reaching there in just half an hour.
Yeah.
So if I'm saving fuel in that, I will definitely pay for the toll.
Right.
And of course, this high toll charges will be passed on to the consumers.
Yes.
Anyway, the consumers are paying more.
Yeah.
But anyway, if they are going to save the fuel,
Yeah.
the cost could be reduced in the future.
So there is
So
a
I'm thinking-
there's a possibility that these rates could actually be brought down, you think?
Yeah, I think. Also, there is a proposal that there should be a public transport buses as well.
Right.
Once the connectivity is better, public transport buses.
So,
people
right,
can
which
use
is the
that.
whole purpose
So-
of the entire infrastructure push, is to get more people to use public transport. But joining us is Mr. Shashi Prabhu, architect and town planner. Mr. Prabhu, a big day today. The Mumbai Trans Harbour Link is being inaugurated, and we were talking about how this has been a project that's been in the pipeline for literally half a century, and it's taken more time to get a consensus on this than it actually did to build this historic project. I mean, 21, 22 kilometers. But explain to us as a town planner the fact that how this could transform Mumbai's development. I mean, Mumbai, we know, has been north-south all along. It's been, it's the curse of geography. It's a breakwater. It's just two directions there. But this addition of the Trans Harbour Link, this west and east direction that would be added, how will it transform the city of Mumbai?
Yeah, you have raised the right point, because Mumbai has been developed north and south direction because geographical situation of Mumbai. Now we have got the opportunity to go towards the western side, eastern side,
Right.
and then because of the bridge, it's a long bridge. I have seen it a couple of occasions, aircraft and then chopper also, and I see that there is a good potential and a lot of working hours, and then I think Larsen told me that the contractors.
Yes.
It's a complement thing. And we are getting one more avenue towards the other side. And
Right.
then forget about, reaching other places, etc. At least we are crossing the harbor
Yes.
at the faster rate, and that is required. Today, we have our largest port across,
Yeah.
and there is an issue of a logistic.
Right.
So this bridge is going to be a really beneficial in long term.
News9 Plus. Download now.